All right, welcome to this week's Texas Roadhouse press conference. Fall sports are done and scheduled a little bit later. On Thursday, men's and women's basketball will take on Texas A&M International in Laredo starting at 5:30. And then both teams will head east to take on Texas A&M Kingsville in Kingsville starting at 1 o'clock. And then football will take part in the Funtown RV Heritage Bowl at noon in Corsicana, Texas. They'll take on Oklahoma Baptist. That's it for sports this week for us. To start off today's press conference, we'll have head men's basketball coach Kyle Tolin, whose Falcons are going to be on the road again, but they were last week were in Washington where they split a pair of games.
We last 10 days our team's really gotten better. I think we've really made progress. Felt like we gave one away the first week, but really gotten better the last 10 days. Had a pretty good trip to Washington. Played pretty well both games. A little bit short on Saturday against a really good team, but hopefully we can come back this week and get better. And again, hey, two big games against Lone Star teams this week. So
in those games where you lose, are you seeing things that are fixable, like things that are worked on in the next game?
yeah, I mean, part of it, frustration coaching-wise, is a lot of it's what you've worked on. I mean, at halftime, remember, we talked about every basket basically they scored was a defensive mistake that could be corrected. So we played harder in the second half and corrected more things, rebounded a little bit better. So, yeah, I mean, there's emphasis points tonight in practice starts, and we've got to get better at the help line and got to block out a little bit better, but I think we're making progress on that end. And ball movement on the offensive end wasn't great, I didn't think. Getting better, but wasn't great, and then screening as well. So those will be things that we emphasize today and try to correct immediately.
And does it kind of help your players' confidence in a way, knowing that these are kind of mistakes that they can correct? It's not like there's a huge talent gap, but stuff they can work on and get better.
I think so, because I mean, with Western Washington, I mean, again, it's not ideal. I didn't know much about them, but you walk on their campus and they got 17,000 students and won a national championship in 2012 in men's basketball. So we were playing an elite level program, and they played elite level programs before in the last couple of weeks, and we kind of played them closer than anybody. And 2-point game with 3 minutes left, made a defensive mistake that we need to correct, and then took 2 bad shots in a row, I thought. But I mean, we're right there. We've got a chance, and again, we wouldn't have been able to do that 10 days ago. So now the goal is to correct those things and see if we can get to that level where we're there at.
On these long road trips, have you learned anything about the guys that maybe you wouldn't normally learn when you're just on the court with them?
I think it's good to go on the road because you can focus, you spend more time together, they spend more time together and get to know each other, and that helps with chemistry and things like that. So I thought the focus level of practice last week was better, and part of it was just because you were on the road and it was Thanksgiving, there was nothing else to do. So.
And do you think that chemistry will help with things like ball movement on offense or holding guys accountable on defense?
That's the goal. And again, when I sat here, when I took the job, I knew that was going to be the number one hurdle, and it is still. You know, I don't know when it would be fixed or whatever. I felt like where I was at, our chemistry was really, really good. I spent several hours this morning working on some of that with the assistant coaches as well. So those are things that were correct. But that's part of your right chemistry, is just trusting each other. And one more pass, we can make one more pass. If we can be in the right spot and know my teammate's going to help me on the other end, those are the things that we're working on now. So, and obviously those teams are the teams that are really good at the end of the year. Good?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
And next up, we'll have head football coach Justin Carrigan, whose Falcons will compete for the first time in program history in a postseason bowl.
I failed miserably. I was trying to find a question to ask Coach Tolin, and you guys wrapped it up way too fast for me. So I'll come more prepared next time.
All right, so just talk to us a little bit about how's it been having these extra weeks with the guys leading up to the bowl game on Saturday?
Well, I think it's been fun. You know, no school last week, so we got a chance to enjoy it a little bit, practice. Took the guys out to do some paintball. I would say over half our team had never done it, which I was kind of surprised about. But I had a great time. I got in there and I got covered up quite a bit. I think I was a moving target for all. I had a great time, and then went synergy and bowling and played games and broke bread as a team every day, lunch and dinner right here, and watched a lot of football and just enjoyed time with them. It was good.
Is there a winner in paintball or?
I don't think so. There's a lot of physical abuse if you get shot from close range. A lot of bruising, a lot of whelps, a little bit of blood. Coach Messenger, I think, came out unscathed, so I questioned how much he did. If he just stood in the back the whole time, which I think that's what he did. I think he just kind of coordinated the troops from the back of the paintball field and let everybody else get shot. But not a lot of winners out there. But everybody had fun. That was most important.
Coach, how great is this for the seniors to have this one final game? I mean, I know it's kind of unknown at the end of the year, but then hearing the news that y'all will be playing one more game, what does that mean to them to just get that one more in?
Yeah, having the conversations with guys like Ryan Wilson, Nigel King, Octavia Spencer, the guys that, from Saturday in Wichita Falls, thinking that they were probably done, to come in here on a Wednesday and make an announcement that we were playing, and to be able to see the excitement on their face, talk to them throughout the week of practice, walking into the facility and talking to Nigel, just the excitement for them, I think is what brings the most joy as a coach, that they're getting one more opportunity. And Nigel went out at the beginning of the Midwestern game, and, that one emotionally hurt, and he was on the sidelines, just visibly, emotionally distraught that was his last game that he thought. So for him, I'm excited that he's going to have an opportunity to go out on a better note, hopefully under his control through 4 quarters. Excited for those guys.
And obviously, young program. What does this next step mean going to a bowl game?
Well, ideally, it means more postseason play to come. It's growth, it's improvement. It's an opportunity to finish 6-5 on the plus side of the records, and it's something to springboard us into the recruiting cycle going into February signing day, and then continue to build, with where we're at.
What about your opponent this week? What can you tell us about Oklahoma?
Yeah, they put up a lot of points. Explosive offensively, they're efficient. They move the ball really well. It'd be a great challenge. Defensively, a tremendous amount of blitz. I think right now, we're looking at 62% of the time with the games that we have on them. Mix and match of different coverages, but a tremendous amount of blitz and an explosive offense.
Coach, and finishing off the regular season on a 3-game losing streak, I mean, what do you think you guys kind of need to regroup on and fix before heading out to that game?
If we'll hold on to Wilson when we have it, we'll win.
What do you do to
14 turnovers in 3 games.
What do you do to fix the offensive line problems to give the quarterback time to actually throw the ball?
That's a great question, and I'll answer that one off the record. There's, at the end of the day, it's just got to be better. There's not a whole lot to say to fix it. Recruiting fixes a lot. Can't recruit anybody right now. I think for us, schematically, it's up to us to figure out the best way to win with who we got. There's no trades, so can't go change anybody out. I think we got tremendous football players. I think we got great offensive linemen. I think we got to do a better job as coaches, putting them in a position to be successful, preparing them and what they're going to see, and calling plays that help.
And how does that extra time help for that kind of more scheming towards what you have right now?
I think scheme is probably a little bit irrelevant. Fundamentals. Vince Lombardi once said, the team that blocks the best and tackles the best is going to have the greatest opportunity to win, and that still holds true today. If you can block the guys across from you fundamentally with great technique, you're going to protect the quarterback, you're going to be able to run the football. Defensively, if you can get the guy down who's got the ball and keep him out of the end zone, you're going to have a great chance to win. So I think fundamentals and technique, a lot of things that we focused on over the past couple weeks, especially last week, a lot of fundamentals, go back to the basics. And the scheme is irrelevant if you can't block and tackle.
Injury-wise, how are you right now?
As a team, we're better off than my wife. She just got out of surgery, so we're pretty good. We're fairly healthy. We didn't lose anybody from the Midwestern game. With the exception of the 6 turnovers, we played incredibly well. One of our best offensive games. Moved the ball exceptionally well. Ran the ball well. And our defense did a great job of containing them and holding them to field goals. I think if we can go back out and match that, that effort and take care of football, and go back to maybe I should show them Castaway. Wilson needs to be our best friend.
Is Javon gonna be available?
No, sir.
I'm good.
What's the best rivalry in college football? In your opinion?
I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, it
UTPB
depends. Wherever you're at. I mean, obviously in Texas, the Red River rivalry. For Lincoln Riley, I guess it probably goes to maybe the Notre Dame USC rivalry. I don't know.
What about Michigan Ohio State?
Michigan Ohio State was a great one. I was go blue, so that was a good one to see Harbaugh get one. The Iron Bowl, that was awesome. Great defense. You just kind of felt like at the end when Alabama got the ball back, it was going to be game, and they made it happen. And then I was surprising people when they asked me if I'd have gone for 2 there. I said, no, you're Alabama. Take it to overtime, and you're the better team. Go win in overtime. It's the best basketball rivalry. No, that's a gimme. That's a layup.
If you had to change one thing from this year, would it be the mullet?
No. I've already done that, so I don't know. Maybe.
I'm saying when we change it though, if you could change one thing from the year, would it be?
I don't know. At the end of the year, will you regret not having a mullet?
Oh, we'll see. What's next year going to be like? Shaved eyebrows? What are we
I don't really have eyebrows. You can't see them, so I might go with the shaved anyway.
When you guys started dating, you shaved one?
No.
I did shave them whenever I was a little kid. They didn't grow back very well. It's a lifetime payment.
How about you two?
We'll get Tolin on the mullet train. All right, appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Coach.